pull-ups and chin-ups are going to be a big part of our upper body strength for this off season. So here's how I want you to progress through them. If you can do no pull-ups, if you can do just one or two, or if you're able to do multiple. So you're going to start off, first of all, figuring out how many you can do. Again, for verbiage, pull-up is going to be with our palms facing away from us in an overhand grip, and chin-up is going to be with our palms facing toward us in an underhand grip. What we're going to do is come up to a bar, ideally one that's long enough so that you can get into a full dead hang, but it's okay if your feet touch the ground to start. You'll just lift your legs up in the air. Initially, you're going to see if you can do a pull-up or not. If the answer is no, here's where you start. You're gonna get a box or a bench or something that's gonna allow you to get your chin up to the bar, and we're gonna work on isometrics and negatives. So your isometric is gonna be up on the bar, get on your tiptoes, get your chin over the bar, and hold it, just like this. What you're gonna work on here is trying to engage your back muscles. You're gonna hold it for time. You're gonna look for upwards of 20 or 30 seconds before moving on to the next stage. The next stage is going to be controlled negatives. You might be able to do this while you're doing the isometric hold, but this is a progression because the difficulty is higher. The controlled negative is going to be from that top position. You're going to slowly descend back down to the bottom, just like this. Coming up and really slowly with control, fighting gravity to get back down to the bottom. What's important here to actually build strength is you have to resist that motion so this doesn't work. Okay? If you're falling like that, stick with the isometrics with the chin over the bar. In conjunction with that, you can also do banded pull-ups, which help you work on the upward motion or the concentric motion of the pull-up. For that, you'll start with a heavy band, such as this green one. All you're gonna do is set the band underneath your foot. Okay, make sure the band is right in the center of your foot. You obviously don't want to make any mistakes here. What we're going to focus on, whether we're doing a pull-up or a chin-up, is keeping our body in a nice straight line. Okay, when we struggle with pull-ups and chin-ups, a lot of times we end up with a lot of unnecessary motion in our lower body. So what you're going to do, set the band up, get your feet slightly in front of you, engage your core. Okay, and then from this position, pull up and back down. Okay, we should not start behind the bar because from here, watch what happens to my legs. Okay, the momentum of the band will just pull them forward. Once you're able to do reps with a thick band like this green one, you'll progress then to something thinner like this red one over here, and treat this like any other exercise. With squats, with deadlifts, you go up in weight over time. With the pull-ups, it's the same thing, but we choose less resistance, okay? Once you're able to do pull-ups with the green, with the red, and smaller bands, and start working your strength, you can slowly start incorporating single reps of real pull-ups followed by assisted pull-ups. So you're sort of mixing and matching the real ones with the assisted ones. Once you can do a handful of real ones, we can start focusing purely on the real ones. If you are, for example, prescribed to do 8 reps, but you can only do 4, what you're gonna hope to do is 4 real pull-ups and then 4 assisted pull-ups until you can do the full 8 reps. If you can do 8 reps and it feels hard enough, great. Next week, try 9. If you do 8 reps and that's the prescribed number and it feels too easy, what you're gonna do is hold a dumbbell or a medicine ball between your legs, or use a weight belt to tie a weight around your waist to make you heavier to make the exercise harder, okay? As always with every exercise, if the prescribed number is 8 and you do 8 and it was too easy, add weight or add reps, okay? It's kind of up to you to continue progressing it. But if our focus is strength, you wanna make sure that you're focusing on strength and not doing 20 reps when the prescribed number is 8, okay?